This bowling green was once the keep of a castle, Bishop's Castle in Shropshire. The town of Bishop's Castle, with its population of 12,500 and a charter going back to the 13th century, lies at the foot of the hill down there. It has the proud distinction of being the smallest borough in England. Now, politics have always played a large part in the life of Bishop's Castle. In fact, at one time, the inhabitants were said to have no trade except electioneering, which they found very profitable. You see, Queen Elizabeth made Bishop's Castle a pocket borough. Anyone who wanted to get into Parliament simply came here, bribed enough of the inhabitants, and got themselves elected. Mind you, it was a fairly expensive business. One vote could cost anything up to £50, and a family called the Walcotts, who lived at Walcott Hall, spent so much on keeping themselves in Parliament that in the end they had to sell their estates and their parliamentary seats to Robert Clive of India, whose crest is still a centrepiece of the town. Now, today, the borough of Bishop's Castle went to the polls for almost the last time. For by order of the Shropshire County Council, Bishop's Castle is to lose its borough status when it amalgamates with Clun Rural District. Clun is over there. There's always been a certain amount of feeling between the two places ever since 1264, when Sir John Fitzalan, Baron of Clun, stormed up these heights here, captured the castle for 16 weeks, did great damage, and killed the constable. The people here never really forgave him. I asked the mayor of Bishop's Castle, Councillor William Jarvis, how they felt about the amalgamation.
Most strongly, I should say. They are all of the opinion that we should be allowed to remain as we are.
Why?
For the simple reason that we've managed our affairs quite successfully for a good number of years, and we should be allowed to continue to do so.
But are you managing them economically?
I think so, yes, as compared to other councils of equivalent or slightly bigger size.
How many administrative staff have you?
Town clerk and surveyor.
It must be an awful lot of work for the town clerk.
We are very fortunate in having a man who understands the job. He's quite content in Bishop's Castle. He is a man who is able to do everything from office boy to the duties of town clerk.
What other duties does that include?
He collects the rent from our 90 council houses, and apart from the usual office duties, he attends council meetings, he prepares all the documents, he contacts different ministries regarding different things which happen in any borough.
That's a lot of work for the town clerk. Wouldn't it pay you to have an assistant for him?
It would, I suppose. It would cost approximately a shilling rate to have an assistant for the town clerk.
Now, why do you think that you should keep away from Clun Rural District?
For the simple reason that we shall be called upon, if we amalgamate with Clun, to spend money on things which should, to my mind, been done in Clun years ago. We shall be called upon to spend a lot of money in putting right such things as sewage schemes and water schemes in the Clun Rural District.
You have all these schemes for yourself at the moment?
We in Bishop's Castle have an efficient water scheme, we have an efficient sewage scheme, we have a good number of council houses, we shall shortly be starting our old people's dwellings and community centre, we have a very good school, we have our own fire station, all the voluntary organisations work very well in Bishop's Castle, and really there's, apart from light industry, there's very little else that we need in Bishop's Castle.
And what are you going to do about this decision?
We're going to fight it as long and as strongly as ever we can.
In what way?
Well, we, of course, will have to make representation to Salop County Council and also to the Ministry. I understand that we're to be given another opportunity. This is not the final word. This is only a recommendation from the County Council to the Ministry.
You think you've been treated pretty badly so far?
We think that we've been treated very badly.
Some people might think that this is an unexciting place. The castle itself disappeared hundreds of years ago. The race course closed in 1830, and the railway faded away in 1935. Even the cinema shut its doors a couple of years ago, and last November the town hall clock stopped. It took £250 to put it right, but now it's stopped again. The people of Bishop's Castle have looked after their own affairs for the last 700 years very successfully, and they see no reason why they shouldn't go on doing so. So, from Bishop's Castle, where time is standing still at the moment, good night.